name's Judy.
Judy's a nice name, Gilbert.
Yeah, she's a nice girl.
Big deal. Did you get in her pants?
She's not that kind of a girl, Booger.
Why? Does she have a penis?
Every time. Does she? Does she have a penis?
You have to watch that movie from the 80s to find out.
Revenge of the Nerds, kids.
Yeah.
There you go. Welcome back to another show. Happy Sunday. I'm Sean.
I'm Randy.
And here we go.
I do appreciate
Right out of the gate.
I do appreciate your shortness on that one.
Yeah. You're welcome.
The last one was pretty long.
It's okay. It's our show. We can do what we want. Randy's like, I don't care. I just want to get to the show and conquer the show. All right. Well, we can do that. All right. First on the list, guess what? Oh, boy. Here we go. We've got somebody super cool here. U.S. General Laura Richardson warns that China is aggressively expanding its influence in South America and the Caribbean.
Okay.
I don't know what that means for us. Is that like a new Cold War thing or something?
My take is, if you want to know my opinion,
Yeah.
I think they're...
I think they're...
I think that the government, for some reason, I think the Ukraine thing's gonna wrap up soon.
Oh, they need a new war?
Yes, and they need something else to be mad at.
Yeah, well, they're picking the wrong place to pick on.
Well, I know, but what I'm getting at is the military-industrial complex. They got to make money, so they
Start selling to civilians. You'll make all kinds of money. There we go. Problem solved. Everybody own a tank.
Hey, I did listen to this one guy. He was on one of the things I listened to, and he has a ammunition company.
Yeah.
And he quit selling to police and the government. He only sells to individuals.
That's hilarious. Well, sometimes you're going to have that here, especially in rural America. I bet they're buying up all his shit.
Maybe. I don't know.
Not us.
I think he
Not us, though.
He quit selling to the police departments during Obama's administration because, if I remember it right, because one of the police departments came out against them or something.
Right.
That they were selling ammo to.
Yeah.
So he said, okay, that's done.
Yeah.
We're only selling to individuals now.
Yeah,
So.
piss off.
Yeah.
Way to ruin it for everybody, buddy. Except for me. I only buy rubber bands, so it's
that's
fine.
true.
Industrial strength, though, let me tell you.
Oh.
Yeah. Talk about welts, sir. These things will snap and pop and rock and roll.
Some people might bleed over them. Just for a few
Those are
minutes.
only for pussies, though. So do you think a lot of this might be gaslighting?
Yeah.
Like gaslighting us as American citizens. Like, oh my God, China's going to come in here and invade.
That's exactly what they have to pick on somebody else because we got out of Afghanistan, went right into the Ukraine stuff. Now Ukraine's probably there's calls for like peace talks now, I guess. And they got to have somebody else to be mad at.
Yeah. So, So here's what I find funny.
Here's my fear.
Okay.
That they're actually going to talk China into friggin' going to war or something.
Well, yeah, kind of like we did with Ukraine.
Yeah.
So this is my thing, though. So Russia and Ukraine are talking about
No.
No. Who's talking?
I know
about?
what you're going to say. But
What?
Go ahead and say it.
No, this is what I was going to say. Is like they're the two that we're going to have talks, or is that what you were saying?
No,
Like peace
okay, I'm
talks or
sorry.
whatever. Sorry,
No. Okay, so I misunderstood what you were going to say.
Yeah.
Go ahead and say that.
Well, what I was going to say is we keep putting it out there that, oh, yeah, Russia's in trouble for war crimes against humanity,
Yeah.
war crimes.
And they want to take all the money they froze from Russia and give it to Ukraine to rebuild and and that's really illegal under international law.
Right. But, like, why would Ukraine or Putin stop now that they already claim that they're going to try him for war crimes?
I don't think Russia. I'm talking about.
I mean, this is all just coming from U.S. shit too. So
propaganda.
Yeah.
I don't think Russia cares what we say or do. To be honest with you, or I'm talking about the government. Of
Well,
course,
yeah, the government. Yeah.
We like we always say, we're talking mainly about the governments when we mention countries.
Yeah, not the people.
Not the people at all.
Yeah. I don't represent the U.S. government
No.
at all. If I did, this world would be different. Well, this country would be. Wouldn't be full of fucking sissy pants, I can tell you that.
No, but I think what I thought you was going to say is all the media is now talking about how the Chinese government's going to give Russia, what is it, deadly force weapons or something to fight in Ukraine.
Yeah, I mean, I think one.
I call that bullshit.
I call that bullshit because, one, they already have nuclear weapons, so
right.
what else could there be?
I don't know, man.
I mean, is there something worse than nukes?
But
Maybe nuke with herpes.
the thing of it is
Everybody gets
but
it.
see, the whole mainstream media is talking about all this stuff. So all the normal, like, people that don't find out other stuff,
Yeah.
different,
People that
points
just
of view.
watch the certain news.
like the corporate news,
Yeah.
right? They're all going to believe all this stuff.
Right.
And then they're going to be thinking, oh, China bad, China bad. Well,
Yeah.
China is kind of bad, but they're probably not as bad as you think. I'm just saying.
The Chinese Communist Party's the turds.
Right.
The people are just there. They can't help that they were born there.
Yep.
But they do make them slave work in factories. That's a fact.
Nobody says nothing about that.
No, of course not. We're always just worried about, prostitutes over here in America. Just let them be. Nevada does. Just kidding. All jokes aside. I don't have nothing to go with that. I just wanted to say all jokes aside. No joke, Biden. No
Yeah,
joke.
No joke.
But,
Come on, man.
Yeah, come on, man. But yeah, I think a bunch of it's gaslighting for American, like, propaganda to get us scared of China, and be. I think which some of the stuff I'm not saying is a bad idea. Like, we should stop China from being able to purchase U.S. farmland and stuff like that, which I think that's a good idea. I don't know why any other country would be allowed to buy land here anyway. I think it's crap.
Yeah, I agree with
Especially
that.
farmland.
I agree with that. Yeah.
But whatever. Government's going to sell whoever the highest bidder is, I'm sure. Fucking losers. Anyway.
Here's
It's probably Bill Gates selling it all to him.
let me put mainstream media in a nutshell. So,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
So there are certain places in the United States where they're trying to lessen the penalty for murder. And at the same time, those same people are putting people that were at the same time they're putting people, or they're calling for people that were involved in January 6th,
Terrorists.
yeah, and wanting them to be locked up forever.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying, the hypocrisy.
Oh, yeah.
Not only that, like I listened to this one dude today. He was actually at January 6th,
Yeah.
but he didn't actually go into the Capitol.
Right.
He still got jail time and house arrest, and now he's on probation for, I think he said, 2 or 3 years.
Holy shit. Just for being there?
Yeah, and he was outside the building. He never went in.
See, that's crap.
Yeah.
What about the... Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
What happened to all the cops and Secret Service and stuff that just
Oh,
let them
okay,
in?
okay, well-
Let them in and paraded them around. No
okay.
big deal.
So
They get in any trouble? No.
did you hear about the January 6th videos that Tucker Carlson's playing now?
No, I have not.
Well, evidently we hadn't talked about it, but I knew about it before the last podcast. But I hadn't heard anything yet by then. But anyway, the new Speaker of the House, McCarthy, gave Tucker Carlson exclusive, only him. He gave only to him, like, I guess, hundreds of hours of video from January 6th thing.
Oh, wow.
And he played one where, do you know who the QAnon shaman is?
The guy that walked around on the buffalo horns?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
The patriot of
He-
America?
I don't know if you probably haven't seen it since you didn't know what I was talking about, but he on his show he played a video showing the Capitol Police unlocking doors for him, talking to him, and telling him just pretty much giving him
A tour.
like a tour.
Right. And then he gets locked up.
Oh yeah, for like 4 years, and that's only because he took a plea deal. If he wouldn't have took the plea deal, he was facing like, I don't know, 20 some years or something like, several years.
Yeah, it's
in
stupid.
jail.
Well, they unlocked it. What if you walked into a bank, right? And the teller, or let's just say, okay, the president of that bank or the manager, whatever you want to call him, start bringing money out of the vault, just
Right.
handing it to you,
Yeah.
handing it to you, and handing it to you, and you're like, what the hell's going on? This is amazing. And then you left, and then you got arrested for robbing the bank.
Right.
Makes no sense. It's the same thing. I'm going to walk in here, get toured around by cops and Secret Service, unlocking doors for me so I can go in, check it out, check out what my tax dollars are paying for, right? And then I get to go to prison for that tour.
Did you know on the mainstream media that people are lumping Tucker Carlson in with January 6 people only because he played these videos and he's supposedly trying to change history, although that's not what he's trying to do.
No, the Democrats are trying to change it.
What he was trying to do is show a different perspective, and he's not denying that it was a bad thing that happened. He's never denied that.
Yeah, everybody should have just calmed themselves down
Right.
and not broken in there. At the same time, it wasn't the darkest day in our history.
No, definitely
like
not.
they keep claiming.
Yeah.
And it definitely...
Well, that's the narrative that one side needs to keep playing because, Orange Man bad.
Yeah. Yeah, he caused it all. He caused inflation. He's caused the fucking Ukraine war. Everything is happening on his watch. Oh, wait. That's me, Biden says quietly to himself.
Well, anyway, we've said it before, but yeah, I'm not a huge Trump fan anyway. So, I mean, I'm just trying to point out the hypocrisy on everything.
Well, yeah, the government's the biggest hypocrites ever.
Definitely.
Well, one thing is you can go ahead and say this, probably a true fact. Not saying it is a true fact, though, because purposes of the show. Anyway, what about Nancy Pelosi and her husband? How do they have all these secret innuendos with the fucking stock market if they're not secret trade doing, like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get a salary.
You just know all the angles with the stock market, right?
I know we've talked
But Martha Stewart went to fucking prison.
right.
Inside information. Yeah, we've talked about this before, and we talked about how do you make a couple $100,000 a year, but then all of a sudden you're worth like $50 million. Like, get out of here.
Well, I don't know how much she's worth, or her.
She's got gold,
Family's
man, from like the 1700s when she was born.
But I'm just
Hand
saying,
me downs.
I'm just saying that. Yeah. Well, I guess you can get lucky, but It's awful curious that you get that lucky.
This is what I
And you
believe.
beat, the stock traders that do it for a living.
Yeah.
Every day.
I think she was there the night Lincoln was assassinated.
You said that before.
Prove me wrong. She's old as shit. I'm glad she's not Speaker of the House anymore. But it sucks that she's even allowed in anything. You should be forced out. Companies do that all the time. Force people out because they're too old. They know they're too old. Like, get out of here. You can't even do your job sufficient anymore, you old piece of shit. Go enjoy your life.
I mean, there's several jobs if you're over a certain age you can't do. They won't even hire you. Is that?
Well, yeah.
Is that what do they call it? Ageism.
Yeah, discrimination.
Mhm.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is what I want to see. I want to see a fucking 90-year-old fucking woman like her get put in a regular job, but like she's like, packing oats and shit for horses, like bags, like feed bags, and she has to fucking throw them up in a truck and shit for people who come and get some feed for their horses.
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
No.
She only weighs 80 pounds, and she's 194. I believe my math is right. I mean, I don't even. Okay, so I'm gonna be 40 this year. I don't even want to. I don't want to do that kind of work. Where you're packing heavy shit all the time. It's just like, nah. Seems like a young man's job
Yeah.
or woman's.
I don't even.
I know plenty of tough women out there too.
I don't even like to carry water softener salt in.
No, fuck no. That's why I'm always out.
I know.
And then my wife would be like, "Hey, we're starting to get rust stains in the sink." And it's like, God, now I gotta go get salt. Whatever. Rural America. That's a rural American problem. You don't have that in the city.
I don't know. Some of them do.
Well,
I mean, even when I lived in town, I had a water softener.
Well, that's just because their water sucks.
Yeah.
But most people don't have water softener who live in town,
Probably.
or especially big cities.
Probably. Yeah.
Like high rise, like apartment buildings and shit. They obviously don't have water softeners. Whatever. What are you drinking over there, Randy? Vodka?
Nope. Just Walmart water.
Oh, well, then there's vodka in it.
Great value.
Or there's AIDS. Either way. We know COVID's not in there, though. It's allergic to Walmart. Thank God.
That's for sure.
Thank goodness. Okay, party people. We're moving on to something else. This is a story that I thought was hilarious because I didn't even know about it. I guess because I wasn't really that old at the time that it came out. But anyway, moving on. So, I don't know if you know this either, Randy, because you were young too at the time. Yeah, you were a young kid. Anyway, in 1985, the police gave out fake Super Bowl tickets to people with warrants.
I think I might have heard this story.
Yeah.
In that way, they could go arrest them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, I know people are going to be like, bullshit. This is not true. This is fake. Okay, so I'm going to play the news clip from 1985 for you.
So you guys know I ain't
Uh-oh, sorry.
They were among 3,000 wanted persons sent invitations to a party and a football match, but they didn't know that the offer to see the Washington Redskins in action had come from the police department.
They're queuing for a free ticket to watch the Redskins football team, a chance few Washington people could resist, which is exactly what the local police were banking on.
In 1985, U.S. Marshals concocted a master plan.
Flagship International Sports Channel. Hold on.
Good afternoon, Mr. Cran.
Yeah, Mr. Cran. This is Mr. Donaldson. I received a letter from you for a brunch on December 15th.
Yes, sir. Did it say that you had won 2 complimentary tickets to the Redskins and Cincinnati Bengals game?
Yes, sir.
Where fugitives like Anthony Donaldson would be lured using the world of sports.
Flagship International Sports Television is really the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Investigative Strike Team. The bait, free tickets to a football game.
Yeah. Now, how would that suck ass? You think you're going to the Super Bowl and you end up showing up to this brunch and you get arrested.
Yeah, I think I might have heard about that one.
That's like the greatest thing ever.
I think they've done that a few times.
Is that entrapment, though?
I guess not.
I mean, I guess not.
It's just like, police officers, pretending to be adult workers or drug dealers or whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that entrapment? I think so, but my own opinion.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. It's a slippery slope. I'm not a lawyer, so I have no idea.
It's just like I don't think whenever a police officer that has a canine unit.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. I want to talk about it.
If they turn the dog loose on you and you try to defend yourself because the dog's attacking you, I also agree that is wrong. Also, if you get charged, I'm not saying you have to kill the dog, but I'm just saying if you fight back, you probably still get charged, I'm guessing.
Oh, yeah, you'd be getting
if you hurt the
resisting
dog.
law enforcement.
Right.
And then probably battery towards an officer.
But at the same time, my wife, I mentioned that to her, and she said, well, that dog is a police officer. And I said, okay, I agree with you there, but why does it give the police officer the right to, randomly attack you, and if you try to defend yourself, then
yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah.
And let's say, like I've said before, what if you have some asshole cop, canine handler, that just likes to see people get chewed up because he thinks it's hilarious?
Right.
And you got a whole psycho team.
What people will say is, well, that person shouldn't have been running, or they shouldn't have been hiding, or whatever. But I mean, there's every type of situation where people, especially young people, would be scared.
Well, hell yeah, you're scared.
Even if you did nothing wrong.
Well,
I'm not saying most of those people were innocent. I'm just saying it's possible there was an innocent person that got ate up by a police dog.
Right.
And probably got charged for fighting back against the police dog.
Well, I mean, what are you going to do? Like, what are your instincts going to be? Okay, what are your instincts, right? And you're a normal, everyday, average, law-abiding person, right?
Right.
And a cop pulls behind you. What do? You're all like,
yeah.
You're looking, oh, God. Fuck, I hope I don't get pulled over. And it's like, why? Why do you care? Because you're not in any trouble or anything. But that's still the thought that runs through your mind.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So I'm just saying, if you've seen, like, especially young people, you're walking, you see the cops hit their brakes or something, you might be like, what the fuck? I haven't done anything. And take off running because you're scared, right? Or if they're like, you see this giant-ass dog, of course you're going to try to get away. And if you have a giant-ass dog on top of you, biting the shit out of you, it's not a normal reaction to lay there and just be like, oh, yeah, go ahead, bite it, bite it.
Right.
No, you're going to be fucking flipping out. Have you ever seen those things? Grab one of those people in a suit and shake them around and shit? It's like, dude, could you imagine if that was your bare skin?
And my wife watches Live PD, so I see it all the time. But I don't know.
You need to tell your wife to start getting a little bit on the criminal side, okay?
I could just see. No, I'm not. I'm not advocating for criminals, but I don't know. What are you gonna do whenever they have? What if they come out with a bear unit with the
I hope so.
Police
and the bear rapes them instead of bites them.
Or, no, it eats their donuts. It goes back to the car and it eats the cops' donuts.
Just sits there, waiting on another rape victim to come over.
Okay, it was a dumb joke.
That was pretty good, I thought. I liked it.
I don't know.
What do you think about for criminals, right? What do you think about whatever they just have done to them? You know what I mean? Like, say it's some piece of shit young guy beats the shit out of some, like, 70-something-year-old man, right?
Okay.
So, you get in trouble, you get fined, you know, you have to do a little jail time or whatever. But it's not over. Because on your 70th birthday, in walks a bunch of youngsters and beat the shit out of you. See how you like it. I think they should start they should start a show, right, where you get to watch like people be put to death. Or people like I think it would stop a lot of fucking people from doing shit.
Right. So you're saying
fuck them up.
The people that got arrested on January 6th should have the government come in and go through their homes.
Yeah. Yeah. If they have a flag in the yard, they take it down, they wrap it around them.
Right.
They walk through their house, maybe knock a window or two out, no big deal. And then, yeah, that's it.
Put their feet up on their desk.
Yeah.
You know.
If they even have a desk.
Right. We're just bullshitting here.
Yeah. I mean, if the government ran through our studio door right now and came over here and sat in my chair and put their feet on my desk, that'd be fine. I'd be fine with it.
Yeah.
As long as they didn't move my stuff around. Don't touch anything. I'll reach for something and it won't be there and I'll be pissed.
Right. I don't know, man.
I don't know either.
We're just bullshitting here.
Yeah. U.S. intelligence warns of China military aggression.
Oh, we already talked about that.
Yeah, but this is a different article.
Okay.
I'll let you know. I'll let you guys know, too, listening and watching, when I come across any article that I have that's not from here. It's more believable. These ones are from here. Just to let you know.
Okay.
Yeah, I like to mix it up. So, okay, so I'll tell you exactly where this one came from. This source, American Military News. That's where this came from.
They're not biased.
Jinping, in rare move, directly blames U.S. for China's problems. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, if they're blaming us for their problems, I mean, I don't see how we caused them problems. They caused us problems, if anything. They're sucking all our businesses over there, using slave labor.
I did hear that if you know, there's a big push to get rid of TikTok in the United States. I don't know if you know about that.
That's been going on for a while.
It's been going on for a while. Even Trump mentioned it. But anyway, I think China had said that if that happens, that they would deprive. The funny thing is what they said was they would deprive of the U.S. or the U.S. by doing that would deprive Chinese people from getting like the U.S. cultural stuff. But the thing of it is, China doesn't let their kids watch that stuff on TikTok. They make it more like educational.
Right. Yeah, I don't.
So
see
I don't.
any-
I don't know. I don't understand it, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, most of the videos I've seen on TikTok are just people doing dumb shit. You know, some of it's hilarious.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, some of it cracks me up. But I've never seen any people from China on there making stupid ass videos. So they probably use it for a whole different
it's
purpose.
mostly stupid people from the United States most of the time, right?
Congratulations, everybody. We're the kings of TikTok on doing dumb shit. Whatever.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, the whole entire world's gotten wrapped up in this whole like, oh, I'm gonna get on YouTube and be insta famous for doing dumb shit, and it works. It's weird.
Sometimes it works.
Well, yeah. Sometimes I'm not saying everybody.
We haven't done it yet.
Well, no, we're not doing dumb shit though. Well, we
That's
kind of
true.
are. We talk about dumb shit sometimes, but yeah, I'm not over here like lighting my head on fire and doing the whole podcast with my head on fire. That would be a viral success. Not that you should try that at home. Just saying. You could die. Could suffer severe burns. Probably would definitely suffer severe burns.
I was just listening on the way over, and to this one thing I listened to. And anyway, they were talking about the podcast clip, and all of a sudden, this guy was doing a podcast with a guest in their studio, and all of a sudden, this car drives in the studio, and the guys were saying, they were making the point where, was that staged? So, they could get a lot of clicks or a lot of views or something. So you never know.
Yeah, I guess not. Yeah, I don't think I'd ruin the studio to get some clicks.
Well, the funny thing is, we joke around about the FBI coming in on us sometime, and if they ever did, we'd get viral then probably.
Oh yeah, it'd be great. They would be welcome.
They would be, yeah, they would run their whole, I guess, agenda by doing that.
Yeah, they would make us look hilariously good.
Yeah.
That's probably why they don't do it. They'd come off the show when we're not doing the podcast. That's when they'd show up to our houses.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Be like, hey, heard you guys are rural Americans, huh? What is that, some kind of terrorist organization? So, yeah, man. We're like 8 million strong or whatever. I don't know how many rural Americans are here in the U.S. I'm sure it's a shit ton. 100 million people for sure.
Probably.
Of the whole United States, there's 350 million people in the whole United States. I bet there's at least 100 million country folk.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Rural American Army. Just kidding. We wouldn't be an army. We'd be a militia, right? That's what it'd be.
Only if we had a rubber band guns out.
Yeah, we'd have to make some T-shirts, too.
Yeah.
Don't tread on me with my rubber band gun. You're trespassing. Trespassers will be flicked with rubber bands.
This story's been popping up here recently again, but it happened a while back where the people in St. Louis, you remember, I don't know if we talked about it on here before, but there was some Antifa people rioting or something in St. Louis, and they come across these rural Americans' property. Well, I'm guessing maybe not rural Americans. They were probably suburb people.
Which can be rural Americans.
Right, but
they just decided to have neighbors.
All they did was come out with their brandishing their weapons that they had.
What'd they have?
I don't know what they had, but they had, guns and stuff, I guess. But
Antifa?
No, the people that were...
Oh, well, yeah, they were definitely rural American. They had guns.
Well, they were just going to try to protect the property, and all they said was, you need to go away.
Right.
There's nothing here for you, whatever.
Was that the two people? No, that was a gated community.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
the
okay,
gated community.
Yeah.
And then they ended up arresting those people, the homeowners.
Yeah. Which was bullshit.
Yeah.
They broke in through a gate to even get in. So there's breaking and entering right there. Then you're trespassing on top of that. And you're going around these neighborhoods threatening to come in their homes.
See, I don't think that would happen here. I don't think.
Fuck no.
I don't think the cops would arrest us if that happened here. Although we would just have our rubber band guns out.
No, the thing that would end up happening here is that you get a key to the city. You'd be on the front of the local newspaper. All the cops would be high-fiving you.
What was their names?
And there'd be a fucking bunch of dead Antifa people in your fucking front yard. That's what would happen around here.
I don't know about that, but...
If you show up to the wrong house...
Well, in some places.
In rural America... Some people don't give warning shots.
That's for sure. I think their names was McCluskey's or something like that.
McCluskey's? Are they Irish?
I don't know. Maybe. Might have
Well.
been your relatives.
I am all about protecting your property. I don't care where you live, gated community or whatever. And obviously those people knew what they were doing because they had ARs, which was even funnier. I don't know. You should be able to protect your own property. It doesn't matter who it is. Even if it's the U.S. government, you should be able to protect your own property. It's yours. Supposedly, you just got to pay a fee every year to live there.
Yeah.
Fucking losers.
I haven't even done my taxes yet this year. Have you?
My wife's doing them. I never did my taxes. I've never done taxes ever. My mom did them back when she was alive. But it's because she was an accountant for the U.S. military, so she was really good at it. And she was the boss of that. So, yeah, she knew all the nooks and crannies.
You probably come out pretty good then.
Sure did. Now? Yeah, not so much.
Right.
My wife doesn't know those secrets, which is fine. Whatever. Usually we just put our tax money in the bank anyway, so it's not like, I'm doing anything with it. Or we might do something like small.
Well,
a little family trip to something or whatever.
When I had kids, which you still have.
You still have them too, Randy.
No,
they just don't live there.
Yeah,
look at that. You see that?
Gosh, dang it!
I protected you guys. Randy's kids out there watching. He tried to abandon you. I didn't let him.
No, I'm not saying that. I meant you didn't let me finish. When you had kids at home, which you do, I don't anymore. So you could write them off, as dependents. Well, now we don't have that. So ever since then,
I bet you could still write them off as dependents. Like he came and borrowed tools, he never returned him. Writing it off.
Maybe it's possible, but anyway, I'm not that smart. So, but ever since then, I've always had to pay for the state or pay to the state. So now I just kind of wait. So, it gets closer to the deadline.
Right. But your kids are both under 26, right?
No. I think James he might be 26. Let's see.
But your daughter's still.
Yeah, she's under 26.
Are they still on your insurance?
My daughter is. My son's not anymore.
Oh, he got kicked off, huh? He's finally out on. That's it. Zippity-doo-dah, buddy.
Right.
Hope you enjoy your life out there as an adult. No more hand-me-outs. Don't get sick. It'll cost you. I'm just looking forward to the day when all my kids are out of here. And then when they're all struggling, I can be like, told you. I made it look easy. It's because, I had practice for several years. Especially our youngest daughter, you know what I mean? Because, she was born, at a prime time, you know what I mean? All the shit storm of being young and all that's, over with. So she's probably going to have pretty good upbringing compared to the other children. I hate to say that, but it's true. All the super financial struggles, you know what I mean? When you're young and first starting out, she's done missed all that. All the other kids had to go through that crap. So, where it's I want this, and it's fuck off. We can't afford that. You're getting ramen noodles and nothing else for Christmas.
Right.
The reason I like my youngest daughter so much right now is because she's young enough to where Christmas doesn't cost shit. She's amazed by bread ties. She'll just find one and be like,
right.
Here you go. Or she'll just take my hat off. She's doing this thing now where she'll take my hat off my head.
She goes, white supremacist.
Yeah. That's exactly what she does. And then she goes like this. And I was like, don't do that in public. No, I'm just kidding.
She doesn't go like this, does she?
Hell no.
Oh, no.
Whoa, we shut that down in my house a long time ago.
Right.
Yeah, I'll call the cops if you do that around here. I'd hate for somebody to be like, look at that. And then they look and they're like, oh my God, I'm a white supremacist now for looking.
Yeah.
But she'll take my hat off and she'll put it over her face. And then she'll go, where are you?
Yeah.
Where are you? It's kind of neat and fun.
It's good.
Little kid stuff. Some of you younger people might not know about it yet, but you will one day probably. Or not. Hell, I don't know. Maybe you don't want children. Maybe you'll beat them to death. That happens too.
So you say most of our listeners are younger people, right?
That's right.
Okay. Could I say one thing to the younger listeners?
Yeah, you can, Randy. Look right at that camera.
I'm not going to
and
look.
Tell them.
I'm not going to look.
Fuck you and your generation. No, I'm just
No,
kidding.
I'm not saying that. No, I was just going to say, for all you younger people out there, if you're listening to this anyway, regularly, you probably get it anyway. But most of the advice I would give to younger people would be take charge of your own life. Your parents, your grandparents, the government, they're not going to be for you there forever.
Well, you don't want the government's help anyway.
Well, that's for sure. But even because I ran into this personally. My dad died when he was my age, and after he passed away, I still had my grandpa, and I always thought, well, he'd look out for me if I needed anything, which he would,
right,
as much as he could. He wouldn't he's not going to pay my mortgage,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
He's not going to be like, here, Randy, here's a brand new car.
No, he's not going to do that. And then after he passed away, I felt a little alone for a while, and then I just got to where I had to get a mindset. Well, it's all on me. Nobody's going to be there for me.
Right.
I just got to do whatever I can do to make my own life.
Got to step it up.
Better.
Be a man.
Yeah.
Not take any shit.
It's not like I was looking for any help, and I never did ask for any help, but it was nice to know that those people were there. And then after they're gone, you miss them.
Right.
But it's just like it's almost like something where you have to realize that, nobody's going to do anything for you, and you have to make your own decisions in your own life.
Yeah. And then you get married.
Well,
that's a whole new game.
No, this happened to me before or after I was married. I'm sorry. So.
And then you tell your wife, bitch, you get in that living room and lay down so I can give you a back rub. Okay? You just leave the bitch part out, though. I was just emphasizing.
Okay, sorry to get too deep there, but seriously, though, young people need to realize that.
Young people need to realize that at some point they're adults and they can't stand around with the fucking handout anymore.
Have you seen the people making videos like, why do I need to grow up?
Yeah, listen, I was in that group. Randy was too.
Yes.
Okay? But we didn't buy the gaslighting of Toys R Us, okay? Yes, we're Toys R Us kids. Yes, we didn't want to grow up, but you fucking have to, and it's awful. Adulting is not fun. I don't think anybody actually enjoys being an adult comparatively to, like, the freedom you have when you're a child. Because you don't have anything to worry about.
Yeah, that's...
You have no bills. You have shit.
Pretty much kind of what I was saying. Almost.
Yeah. That's why me and Randy's in trouble all the time. We still try to act like we're children.
Yeah.
And then we get in trouble. Shh. Shh. Quiet time. Yeah. I think men are more like that than women.
Most of the time, yeah.
We're embarrassment.
Well, most of the time women are more mature than us whenever we're younger.
Well, yeah. And then once they have kids and they have all that, then they're all like, they're like mom mode the rest of their life. And we're still like, we're in dad mode, but like once they get so old, then we're like, we'll be all right. They don't mind. Good times. Sometimes. Sometimes not a good time. Usually a good time while the time is happening, and then the next day is not a good time.
Most of the time, that's the way it is.
Well, I can't speak for Randy, but I have found that out hundreds of times in my life. Just saying. There's been several days where I've woken up the next day and people's been like, what the fuck, man, was last night about? And I'm like, listen, whatever I do drunk ain't none of my business, okay? So, piss off.
Well, I think you should have another kid.
No, we just had one.
I'm just saying.
We can't have any more because she got fixed.
No.
They were talking about me getting fixed. I was like, why would I do that? I'm not laying
It's not
there.
your responsibility.
Yeah, it's not my responsibility. The hell?
Jokes, people, jokes.
Yeah, calm down. I'm just saying. Okay, this is how it happened. My daughter was born cesarean, even though you can't tell, but it's fine. That was a joke, and not mine either. Anyway, what I'm saying is, she was already on the table. My wife, already cut open. It was right there. They just
so then that's what.
Yeah, they just
decided to
fixed
get
it
fixed?
right then.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Why would they fix her all back up, send her on her way, and then I have to go lay down and get my balls fucking yanked out? No. Thank you. I've talked to my friends.
I don't think that's what happens, but
yeah, well, I've talked to my friends that actually have gotten vasectomies, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they know they shouldn't procreate anymore.
There's that out there, that's for sure.
And anyway, so one of them actually, they have a thing up so you can't actually see like right there, but they have a screen where you can watch it. He said, and he's like, dude, they pull this thing and it's like on forever. It's like this big, huge, like almost like vein thing. They pull it out, they fucking twist it all up and shit. I'm like, fuck you, I ain't having that done. Then they said it hurts, like for a couple weeks it hurts, and then it really hurts to pee and shit. And I was like, yeah, why go through all that?
Well, I mean,
I'll just have a kid.
You don't have.
I'd rather have the kid.
You don't. I mean, you don't have to since your wife's fixed, but. I thought
any other woman I sleep with, they're fixed too. By the way, joking. Come on.
No, but
I only have sex with men now. They can't get pregnant, supposedly.
Well,
some what the government says, Sean. Another joke.
Yeah, I know that I talked about it for a while too. After we had our second child, I was thinking about doing it, and then my wife ended up having issues with cysts and everything, and things going on in her uterus or whatever. So she ended up having to get, fixed over that. So I don't have to do it either. But I'm going to ask you a question.
Okay.
All of your friends that did get vasectomies,
Yeah.
do they look younger and have a brighter skin?
Fuck no, dude. They look terrible. They look worse than I do.
Well, that's one of the things I listen to.
One's in jail, I'm pretty sure, right now.
One of the things
Shout out to jail if you can hear this in there.
One of the things I listen to, they kind of got some pushback because the one guy, the older guy, he was saying, I can always point out a guy if he's had a vasectomy in the crowd.
Now,
and he said, yeah, because he has fair skin, he looks younger.
Okay, now, I guess I do know one person that's aging gracefully, and he's had a vasectomy, which you know him, my dad.
I was going to ask you. But I wasn't going to say it. I was going to ask you off air.
Yeah, that dude is a stud. He still looks young. Like, he looks as young as I do. Right. It's weird.
He does.
Yeah, like if we're when I recently just shaved my beard off, but when I have my beard, it's mostly gray now. So like when we go out and I have a beard, people always think like we're brothers. You know what I mean? Not father and son. Which I'm sure that's what he prefers anyway.
Oh, I'm sure he does, yeah. Maybe I should get a vasectomy. Just
yeah. See if your hair turns back its natural color.
No, anyway.
Fuck, they'd have to put a lot of Bondo in me to get me back to original. I feel old as shit. I feel like I'm 60.
God dang, I'm 10 years older than you. I don't feel old.
I know, but
I don't
look at
really
me.
feel young either.
If I grow my beard out, you can't tell we're 10 years different.
Well, look at me.
Well, look at me. Fucking Captain
I
Gray.
I guess what you're saying. I
Yeah.
get what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, if I grow my beard out, then we look the same. People are like, yeah, those are friends. Or brothers. People are not going to be like, oh, yeah, that's Randy's son over there.
Well, no, they're not going to say that.
All crippled up. Leg brace on. Man, Randy's kid looks rough. That's not his son. That's his podcast partner. He found in a nursing home. He works for Beer and Peanuts. But not anymore. Now I just work for Peanuts. Like Dumbo on Roger Rabbit. Boom. What, you got to pee?
No, not yet. I was going to say one thing real quick.
Go ahead. I look sexy today.
Okay,
You are right.
So I got to go look for my phone here in a minute during our break, but because I don't know what I did with it.
He left it at his girlfriend's
I
house.
left it at my, because I had some stories on there, but there was one I got that I reminded myself to talk about, and it was, did you hear about the Hershey thing?
Depends what year and when we're talking about. Hershey Highway or
Hershey
Squirts?
the chocolate factory.
Okay. No, I have not.
Okay, so this month is considered Women's History Month, right?
I know. Congratulations, women. You got your own month.
Right. And
Purple and pink this month. Just don't forget.
so anyway, Hershey came out with an ad for Women's History Month, and what their point of view is they were going to call it Her-She.
That's for trans people,
And-
isn't it?
But the spokesman was a trans lady or female.
So she's not a real fucking female.
Biologically, no.
Well, then they shouldn't be able to celebrate.
I'm just
This is
saying.
bullshit.
So, but here's my story. So after that came out, you know who the Daily Wire is, right?
Yeah.
Okay, they're into a lot of stuff.
Right, yeah.
Well, they came out like in one day, created a chocolate company. It's called Jeremy's Chocolates.
Right.
And they came out with
He, hims.
and she, her bars, and they said one one bar has nuts and the other one doesn't, and if you can't figure it out, you need to research it.
Yeah, see, that's classic.
And they sold 100,000 bars in one day.
I bet they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. See what happens when you have money? You can just start companies up and being like, you know what? Fuck them. We're doing it. Yeah. Women's History Month. Yeah, I think it should just be for biological women.
Well,
personally,
on that point, I guess, what was it, yesterday? It was this week sometime. The vice president awarded somebody the international award for, females or whatever.
Right.
And it was also a trans person.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I'm not
Now,
kidding
see,
ya.
this shit's pissing me off. How would, okay.
Here's what's pissing me. Well, what's pissing me off? It's not really pissing me off, but my thing is, okay, there is trans people out there that are legit. There's a lot that's trying to get attention or media time or likes or whatever, and then what about the actual women?
Yeah, they're getting robbed.
They're getting screwed. And
what would you think they would have done?
Where's the pushback? There's hardly any pushback. I mean, I've heard a few actual women that push back about it, but I haven't heard a lot.
Well, that's because most women aren't like, you know what I mean? Like because they're not men. They're not, they don't have that.
They're not aggressive.
Yeah, women are less aggressive biologically.
They just want to.
You know, they don't even want to get into the shit.
Well, most regular trans people. This is what I heard today. Also, most regular trans people technically want to be left alone and they don't want to be in the spotlight because they just want to live their lives.
Right. Well, what would they have done last month? Okay. If a white guy would have been standing with the president getting a fucking black fucking award because he identified as black.
Listen,
I'm just saying.
I can comment.
They
on
would
this.
fucking lose it.
Let me compliment
me. Thank you.
No, let me comment on this because the same people were having this conversation about the Hershey thing and the Daily Wire stuff,
right?
And they said, "What if they would have started one last month?
Yeah,
and they would have had, this huge, long, dark chocolate bar,
yeah,
and then a white chocolate bar,
yeah, a little small one,
yeah."
That would have been fucking amazing. That would have been the most amazing thing I ever seen, probably. I would love that. That'd been the best joke ever. Yeah.
Anyway.
The president's giving out awards to men who dress like women for women.
No, vice president.
Fuck her, too. She's a fucking liar anyway. She's not even fucking, what do you call that? When you're not African descent?
ADOS.
ADOS. Yeah, she's not even fucking ADOS. She's fucking Jamaican and white. She might not even be a real woman. We haven't decided yet. Even though half the country's been with her, though, then they say she has a vagina.
I'm not going to comment on that one.
Fine, then. All right.
Wait.
Oh, yeah. Whoa. Go ahead.
I brought something up earlier.
Okay.
About you having more kids.
I'm not having them.
I'm just saying, if it was possible, here's my thing.
I'm not naming my kid Hitler.
Nope.
Oh.
I was going to say name it Anonymous. That way they could never get in trouble for anything.
Oops.
God dang it.
That's true. Or, that's true. Or you could name your kids, how about naming your kids opposite names? You know what I mean? Instead of giving your boy a boy name, give your boy a girl name. Then
You mean like Carla and Kyle? Or Carla and Carl? Probably.
Well, like I met dudes named Ashley. Like their real name's Ashley.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
which is strange.
I mean, Lindsey Graham.
Yeah, Lindsay. Yeah, Lindsay's another one. Kelly, that's another one.
Yeah.
Boy named Sue. Johnny Cash.
Pat.
Yeah. Patricia. Or Patrick. Just saying.
That was a skit on Saturday Night Live.
Oh,
in case
really?
People don't know. Yeah, Pat.
That
was a good one. That was back when Saturday Night Live was funny.
Yeah, not so much now. Did you see that? I think you actually asked me that question. The Woody Harrelson thing.
Which
on
one?
Saturday Night Live. This
yeah.
last one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He's getting a bunch of flack.
Oh, he's getting hard.
You guys better be careful. His dad was a hitman. Hope you know.
I don't know.
He might have some of that in him.
The funny thing is, like, somebody brought up, we're not sure if that got approved or not, because I think Dave Chappelle, when he did his stint on Saturday Night Live,
yeah,
when he did his monologue, I think somebody said that he actually had a whole separate monologue that he put in to get approved, and then he went with that one.
Right.
So this guy was saying, I'm not sure if Woody Harrelson did that or not, but if he did, that was awesome. If he did it. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, people need to lighten up. People need to realize that, like, most people are over the whole wokeness. Most people are over the whole COVID thing. You know, you want to do you, that's fine, but you shouldn't push your shit on the other people.
Well, luckily in rural America, we don't have a whole lot of wokeness going on around here.
Thank God.
But I will say it's good to keep your eye on it, just so you know what's going to happen or what's going to, come your way. And that's what me and my wife kind of get into it about. She says she don't care about all this stuff, and I'm like, yeah, I don't either, really. I just, want to be informed. So
What if they took her job because she wasn't woman enough, and they gave it to a man woman? You think she'd care then?
I don't know.
Yeah, I bet she would. You can say no. I wouldn't matter to me.
See, I don't think it's going to happen right now in rural America.
Well,
but
fuck no, it ain't. We got too many old people still alive here, including us. Once we're all wiped out, now that could change. Or we might see it in our lifetime once we hit, like, around the 70, 80 mark.
Yeah.
The old wokeness might be everywhere. Probably billboard. Stay woke. Don't trust boomers.
Yeah.
All right. I have got to pee.
Okay.
Me, which is rare. It's usually Randy.
Yeah, I need to go find my phone.
Oh, yeah, you got to find your phone, too, before something crazy happens and one of the kids find it and send out all kinds of crazy texts via Randy. All right, party people. We'll be right back after this. You know the drill. Every single time, like usual, we'll be back, and then you will still be here. And if you're not, we'll know. How do we know? Because we're tracking all your cell phones. Anyway, we'll be back right after this.
You got our mics on?
Every time. I don't go anywhere without the mic on. All right. Hello, party people. Good God. I'm not going to lie to you. This is our third time trying to do this. We suck at trying to read. We're dyslexic as shit, and we can't tell time. Anyway, hello, United States, Germany, United Kingdom, India, Brazil, Canada, Thailand, Singapore, Israel, Bangladesh, Sweden, Jamaica, Italy, Poland, Philippines, Australia, Belgium, Norway, Indonesia, Uruguay, Japan, Taiwan, Hungary, Ireland, Russia, Dominican Republic, Portugal, Republic of Lithuania, and hello, Denmark.
Hello, Denmark.
My goodness. Anyway, Randy?
Yeah.
Pound your news over there real quick.
Oh, all I got is I was going to shout out to Lake Cumberland Speedway. So you can go to Lake Cumberland Speedway on the, what do you call it? The multi-web internet. I don't know what you call it. Anyway.
On the line.
Okay.
Go ahead.
lcspeedway.net. Don't try to type in .com because somebody stole that one from them.
Losers.
Okay, so April 1st, open practice. They're off on the 8th, on April 8th. The 15th of April, season opener. April 22nd, Demolition Derby. And on Friday, April 28th, they have the Super Late Model Special, which is Schaefer's Oil Spring Nationals Late Model, $7,500 to win.
7,500 doll hairs to win. And all you wrestling fans out there, if you don't know where to go, you go to TripleCrownWrestling.com. Go to their Facebook page. Go to their YouTube channel. Support these guys. Don't be scared, okay? You want to see some DDTs? You want to see some full Nelsons? This is the place to get it. Okay? Live action. We're talking Turtle Man style. Live action! Anyway. Oh, the song changed up, and now I started to get hard. But hey, yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to mention that. But anyway. Oh, where you can find us is Facebook. Go to our Facebook page. Like, follow. Go to where, Randy?
Oh, RuralAmericanPodcast.com.
The .com. And you can also go to RuralAmericaPodcast@gmail.com. Any of those places you can find us. Any of those places you can message us.
Write in.
Yeah, write in.
Tell us what we're doing stupidly and wrong, and tell us what we're doing good.
Yeah, if you get a laugh,
and
let us know.
Open your mind to the Rural American way.
Yeah. Which most people don't think this is Rural America, but it actually is. But that's fine. Not everybody in Rural America agrees with our show, but hey.
Also, shout out to Fish Moon.
Fish Moon Brewery.
We almost forgot about that one.
Yeah. Shout out to Fish Moon Brewery. Shout out to Henry Gray Publishing Company and the Papa Rock books. And you can find them on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, all kinds of places. Right. So check them out. Make sure you check us out. And where are we at, Randy? We're on Spotify, YouTube, Google. Oh, God, we're worldwide.
Worldwide. Podverse. Almost misspoke there.
Uh-oh.
And, Anchor.
Yeah, Breaker.
Yeah. We're on
iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts.
We haven't got kicked off yet.
Yeah. We're still going. We haven't got eliminated. And I would say that's due to a lot of...
because we don't have advertisements.
Randy, you didn't have to just throw us in the dirt and rub our nose in the pee.
Everybody needs to know we just do this for fun anyway. So.
Yeah, that's why we do shout-outs instead of ads.
There you go.
So, we appreciate you guys listening every week. We know sometimes it's probably a struggle to get through our podcast, but hey, sometimes it's a struggle for us as well because we're drug addicts. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, we appreciate you guys every week listening to us. We wouldn't be here without you. Really, that's what keeps us going, I think, is even though one person is listening to our show just cracks us up. And we love it. And we love all you guys. And we love all these countries that decided to join in the Rural America podcast. It's ridiculous. Anyway, let's get back to the show, Randy, because these people are tired.
We probably ought to.
Yeah.
We're tired. They shut us off or something.
That's true.
I'm tired of listening to this ramble.
Anyway,
okay, let's go.
Thank you guys very much. I'm Sean.
And I'm Randy.
And
back to the show.
And we're here again.
Hey, everybody.
You scared?
Who are you talking to? Bernie?
No, I was talking to your root beer. Looked a little scared over there.
Yeah, I think he's fine.
Okay. Just making sure. Randy did find his phone, by the way, in case you guys are wondering.
Yeah, there was one story on there I want to talk about. It just came out today. You want to know about it?
Right now?
You want to?
Yeah, if you want to.
All right, let me see.
This is our show. We do what we want.
Let's see. Yeah, this just came out today.
Just came out today.
U.S. leader hospitalized for concussion after falling at dinner event. You know who it was?
Not who I wish it was, but whatever. Go ahead.
It might be. Might be one of the ones.
Okay, go ahead.
Senator Mitch McConnell.
Oh, Mitchie. Can't keep himself upright. All righty. Fell during dinner? How in the hell you even do that?
I think somebody in the Democrat Party is trying to take him out.
I think he's actually a Democrat. He just lies about being Republican.
Okay. Well, could have been that too.
Got him. Yeah, he's hospitalized over falling
Yeah, that's what I heard.
and hitting his little boo-boo head.
He had a concussion.
Hell, it probably helped him out. He's probably smarter now. He'll come out a true Republican this time. Not too Republican. Or maybe he'll come on the show. If you're out there listening to Rural America Podcast, Mitch, hey, come on the show. We like making fun of you.
Yeah, it says Senator Minority Leader Mitch McConnell was hospitalized on Wednesday night after tripping and falling at a dinner event.
Tripping and falling. What do you trip
tripping
over?
and falling over somebody's leg, probably, and they shoved him down.
Or dick.
It could have been
a dick.
All right.
Maybe Obama was there. Just saying. Did you get it? Did you get that joke, people? Maybe, maybe not. I'll just go with you did. I think we have smart listeners. Especially the ones that are true listeners that have followed us from the beginning. Holy shit. Speaking of that, I want to play something before, because I know I'm going to forget. If I don't do this now, I'll forget. We're going to play something real quick from our good friend Matthew.
Okay, cool.
From Iowa. Shout out to you, Matthew. I don't know if you wanted me to play this, but hey, guess what? It's happening.
So you guys know I ain't bullshitting ya.
Wow.
Thank you, Matthew, for the old harmonica song. And this was actually a video. I just took the audio from it.
He's
'cause
talented.
He has not given me permission to use any video. But yeah, shout out to you. Thanks for the harmonica video. He actually sent that a while back. I've just been meaning to try to get to it, and I haven't got to it, and then I didn't want to forget about it this time. So shout out to him. And the video of him doing that was actually him driving down the road. So he was recording a video and playing harmonica, and driving, multi-talented.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, Matthew.
Yeah, we love your videos here at Rural America Podcast. I'm the first one that gets to see them, so it's great.
Yeah, Sean censors them for me.
Yeah, well, I know you can't handle too much excitement with your with your blood pressure.
Okay, fine. Throw me under the bus.
All right, party people, here we go. Here's a little bit of different news for you. Omaha voters reject the legalization of recreational marijuana.
I heard that several times. They was talking about it on Bob and Tom actually too, but
I mean, come on. Just legalize it.
it's medical is legal there, so
Right.
already.
But my thing is like you're keeping all kind of like probably thousands and thousands of people from being job safe because pot's illegal. You know what I mean?
No. How do you mean?
Like if you got so say
you
somebody
mean
smokes pot,
to-
they have a
yeah,
job, they
they-
get a random drug screen,
test,
yeah,
yeah.
and then you're screwed and you're fired all because you got high at your house the night when you got home from work.
Right. Well,
I just think it's ridiculous. Like I can totally see. Well, it's like with alcohol, right? Who's saying they don't test for alcohol? You know what I mean?
right.
Be-
I don't know. I think
Yeah.
I do.
There's
but
a lot of people who show up to work sober. Most people do.
when I do my CDL test, I think they test for that.
Well, that's
For
different.
alcohol.
Yeah. Well, that's different though, because you're driving a truck. You could kill somebody.
Yeah.
Say you're a janitor and you're sweeping a fucking broom. You know what's going to happen? You might get too into your job when you're high. Just saying, if you go to work drunk, yeah, you're going to fuck some shit up. You go to work high, you might fuck some shit up too. But if you smoke weed at home, it's like drinking at home. You know what I mean? I mean, who cares? As long as you're not in the workplace fucked up, it shouldn't matter. Technically.
Well, I agree with you there.
Now, I don't think they should count that with heroin or meth or whatever, because that shit,
Well,
that shit is the shit you have to keep doing because you're super addicted.
Well, it's really hard for us to complain about Oklahoma whenever we're not going to get it here forever, probably. So we'll be the last state probably that legalizes it.
Oh, yeah, we will. Yeah, it's going to be like the whole beer on Sunday routine for the next 30, 40 years.
Yeah.
That's, what drives me crazy, too, is like how much money the state would like revenue from that.
I understand.
Every road would be made of gold. And yet we're dealing with potholes the size of trucks.
Man, I could tell you so many stories about how our state's missing out on taxes because people are getting it shipped from other states where it's legal, and they're going around loopholes that I don't even really understand. But I have a buddy of mine who understands all of them, and he was showing them to me, and he was like, holy crap.
Yeah. There's ways to do anything. You just got to know the way.
Right.
Like, okay, like let's say me, where I work right now. I chew while I'm at work, right? Why do I chew while I'm at work? Because I'm addicted to nicotine. Obviously, I smoke. Can't smoke and work. Thanks a lot. Cool people. Anyway, 30 years ago, you'd be smoking while you're working. Anyway, so it says no vaping, no cigarettes, right? And work. That's it.
Okay.
There's a sign. No vaping, no smoking. So I don't. I chew. There is no sign for that. It doesn't say no tobacco products. It just says no vaping, no smoking. They can't do anything unless they want to print out a bunch of signs and post them up everywhere where it says no tobacco use at all.
I'm surprised there's not a sign on the parking lot that says a tobacco-free campus or whatever.
You know,
like I've seen those before. Have you seen
that fucking crap. When you pull into those places, I'm just like, dude, get out of here. What's all that smog coming from your building? You know what I mean? What's all that shit being blown into the air from your building? I bet it's way worse than whatever the cigarette's burning out. Losers.
I think as long as you're in your own personal vehicle, you could still do it.
Nope. Negative. So I know this because I had a friend that works at he worked at a Japanese company, right?
Oh, really? Well,
no smoking on their property. But Japanese smoke like fucking freight trains. I don't know if you've ever been around a bunch of Japanese people, but they do. They're fucking burning them up. But no smoking on the grounds, right? He got caught on his break smoking in his car, fired.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. Fired. Not allowed to smoke on the grounds, period.
Well, I'm not saying if you're... Okay, I should clarify. So I'm not saying if you're a worker for that company on those grounds. I'm saying if you're a customer on those grounds, I don't think they can do anything to you if you're in your car.
Oh, well, no. They're not going to. Well, what can they do? That's like at the hospital, right?
Yeah.
You know, no smoking on the grounds,
Right.
period.
And everybody goes outside.
Everybody goes outside and smokes.
And they actually have a butt thing there by the...
Even though you're not
in the
supposed
parking
to smoke.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's fucking stupid. But whatever. Who knows? Who knows? Now, I'm going to smoke wherever I go. Or I'm going to chew.
You should do like Kyle and just swallow your spit.
I'm not fucking doing that. Kyle, you sick bitch.
That way nobody will know if you're even chewing or not.
I can't do that. I throw up. I don't even like swallowing like spit. You know what I mean? Like just your own saliva. I don't like fucking swallowing that shit either. I'll spit that shit out as well. It's gross.
What about jizz? You like that one though?
Look, jizz is different. Okay, it's creamy. It's creamy.
Extra protein.
Yeah, it's like Alfredo sauce. A little stickier, but it's fine.
Okay, sorry I brought that up.
Yeah, I bet you are now. You didn't know I... See, this guy says stuff, and then I start running with it, and he's like, fuck. I shouldn't have said anything. Okay, here we go. Some more corporate news for you from Fox News. You ready for this? House China Committee chair says Jinping is deadly serious about invading Taiwan. So now we got another fucking problem that we're creating.
Yeah, well, we already talked about this, kind of, but
well, yeah,
same program. We got to be mad at China. I don't know. Although the United States policy is one China. That's their policy.
Yeah, well, the policy should be like America first.
It should be.
Because that's where we live. And that's where they govern.
Sure, I agree with that.
You know, just like China's not like, oh my God, America's the greatest place ever. The Chinese government is not saying that.
Right.
They're like, fuck them. We're trying to take over. And we're just about got it because they owe us all kinds of money.
And we're buying up all their land.
Yeah, farmland. To turn it into swamp rice paddies. And make us all start working as slave labor in their factories over here. It's like, oh, I got paid these weird rock coins, but they're only worth anything in their store. Strange. All right, here we go. Some more crazy, stupid news for you. I find this really comical. I only find this comical because it's been like Jimmy Dore said a lot about it lately, right? Mm-hmm. And everything else. So now, guess what? The U.S. now blames an unnamed pro-Ukrainian group for blowing up the Nord Stream pipeline.
I heard some about this today. They said they rented a yacht or something from Poland or somewhere. Or no, Germany. They rented a yacht from Germany, and then they went down and scuba dived down several
bullshit.
several feet, several hundred feet, or I don't know how long it was, or how far they had to go down. Yeah. And then they're blaming it because they what was it? They didn't clean the ship good enough, so they found residue of explosives on the yacht.
Yeah, supposedly.
Yeah.
Bullshit. We blew it up. Bet you money.
Well,
or we knew
okay.
it.
We're not allowed to say that.
Well, we can say whatever we want.
Here's my thinking of it.
The president just gave a woman who's a man a medal on Woman History Month. Okay, so we can do whatever fuck we want on this
Vice
show.
president.
Who cares?
No, but my thinking is when I heard this, and they were trying to debunk it also, the people I heard it from, but my thinking is, well, it's possible that, we actually still did it, but we ended up trying to cover our tracks by renting a yacht from Germany and going over there and, had the Marines or something go down and, set that stuff up because they're professionals.
Dude, there's no ordinary pro group going down hundreds of feet into the ocean with explosives and blowing up a gas pipeline. Gas. With explosives. Yeah.
Well,
full of shit.
You said it was pro-Ukraine, right?
Yeah. The U.S. now blames a unnamed pro-Ukrainian group.
Okay.
Because they don't exist, so they don't have a name.
Here's
for
what those guys, what I heard.
Unless you're talking about the Biden family? Is that the unnamed group?
That's the pro-Ukraine, that's for sure. But what I heard was, why would Ukraine blow it up? Because if they wanted to blow up something, there's actually a pipeline that's still running to this day that goes right through their property. And why wouldn't they blow that one up if they was going to blow one up?
I'm telling you, we sabotaged it. We're never going to admit to it.
That's Sean's words.
Yeah, come on, bring it. I don't care. I think that's what happened. I mean, especially, like a week before that, our president's on there like, we will end the pipeline.
It wasn't a week. It was like a year before that.
Under any means necessary. And then, boom, blew up.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, fuck, I don't know who had that idea.
I don't know what happened there.
No joke. No joke. We didn't do it. It was a pro-unnamed Ukrainian group called the Biden family.
Have you heard this one? Heard this the other day. You know who Robert Kennedy Jr. is, right?
Yeah.
Somebody asked him. I heard the whole thing, I heard the takeaway of it, the clip of it, or whatever. Somebody asked him if he's thinking about running for president, and he said, "I'm not ruling it out." And my wife's gave me the green light. Or the go ahead or something like that.
Right.
I mean, I'm just.
Well, you had to ask your wife. That's weird.
Well,
we're men here in rural America. No, I'm just kidding. Totally kidding.
I'm sure I would have to clear that with my wife.
Well, yeah.
I wanted to do something like that.
Hey, I'm going to run for president. My wife would be like, you're hilarious.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't know. I thought that was kind of interesting.
You know what's weird is like we should be able to run for president, right? But you can't because we're poor. Like,
well, I mean, if you got a backing from a company, you could probably do it. But I mean, you'd have to get a backing from
like
somebody.
big time, millions of dollars. Well, no, we couldn't do it because you have to have $1 million in cash for your own campaign.
Yeah, but you keep saying that. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever heard that or not.
I read it. Like, I looked it up. Like, what do you got to do?
Well, I mean, if you get
whatever.
a large corporation like, say, Pfizer to back you, you got plenty of money.
I know, but you have to have some of your own money.
I don't know if that's true.
That's what I read in the thing that I brought. Like I said, what do you need to become president? And then it gives you like, you have to be 35, you have to be a U.S. born citizen, well, on, and it gives you all the criteria. And then it says you have to have $1 million of your own campaign money. Which, if you think about it, every president ever has had $1 million for sure. Bush's, oil tycoons. Trump obviously had $1 million. Obama, obviously, you know, he's got books and everything else.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure probably Abraham Lincoln didn't have $1 million.
Well, yeah, that was when real presidents
I'm pretty
existed.
sure, what's his name? Eisenhower didn't have.
That's before the globalists took over.
Well, okay.
Okay.
I'll go along
that
with
was
you
before
there.
the Rockefellers
I'll
and
go
all that.
along with you
that
there,
bought the
yeah.
whole world. They made all their money and they just bought the world, and then they're like, all right, we're going to control everything from now on. These families.
I mean, I don't know if it's actually. I mean, it's probably good if you do have, money on your own. But I don't know if it's. I mean, there's been people who run for president that's freaking in jail before.
I mean,
I'm not saying. I get what you're saying. If you want to be effective, then you probably have to have that. But.
Yeah, I think if I tried to run right now, they would just be like, nah, we're going to pass. Because you have to be, I mean, you can run, I guess, but you're going to have to, say one of us ran a Republican ticket, right? The Republicans are going to have to put us up.
I would never run on a Republican ticket.
Damn it, Randy. I said if.
Okay,
What if?
all right.
Okay, I'm just trying to pick one or the other, because if you run as a fucking liberal or you run independent, you're not going to get anywhere anyway. So I'm saying, if we ran Republic, you would still have to have the nominee vote to even try to become president.
in the primary. Yeah.
Right. And then if they don't know you,
right,
you're getting sent home.
Right.
Yeah. If I just showed up there from rural America and I'm like, hey, that's right, podcast, baby, we're back. They're going to be like, yeah, we're not letting this guy run. He has too many questions. Where's Area 51? I want to go there right now. Fly me there now.
Yeah.
And I'd still do the podcast on top of being president.
From the Oval Office.
Yeah, so that would be really fucking I'd be probably be charged with treason for letting secrets out. I'm like, news.
No, as long as you got them in your garage, you're fine.
Yeah, underneath the Camaro seat, it's fine.
Corvette.
Whatever. Loser. Yeah, is it run on electric? No.
No.
Oh shit! China. Everything's about China now. It cracks me up. China's foreign minister.
That's what I was trying to get at earlier.
China's foreign minister warns that U.S. should change its distorted attitude towards Beijing, or a conflict and confrontation will follow.
That's what we were talking about before, where the media for some reason is trying to spin a narrative that China's bad and they're sending weapons to Russia to fight against the Ukrainians. You know, I've not seen any evidence of that. They just keep saying it over and over, and I think they're just trying to brainwash us into China bad. And I'm not saying they're not bad. Just like I wouldn't say Putin's not bad. But
I wouldn't say we're not bad.
Okay, there we go.
We're all shit.
So, but what I'm saying is, they're trying to get the narrative out there, so we can all be mad at China, and so we could have another Cold War, and if it goes bad, then we're done because we can't get nothing. Like we've said before, we don't make anything here.
No,
most everything comes from China. So
yeah, or Taiwan. Most things are Asian or Mexican made. Just saying. Which I find really odd. I don't find it odd because whoever owns these businesses obviously are banking money left and right. Like crazy banking money. If you had that in America, that's the problem. You're not going to make the profit margin because you have to pay Americans real wages.
Yeah, you're not going to pay him $1 a day. That's for sure.
No, fuck no. Hell no.
Not to mine.
Could you imagine working all day and then your pay at the end of the day was $1?
And you have to take your kids to work with you because you don't have anybody to take care of them, and then they're getting all the toxic fumes from the cobalt that you're mining out of that mine.
That's fine. No one cares about them. Those are just kids, Randy. They'll be all right. They'll come up with a cure before, they get too bad.
Probably a vaccine.
Yeah, from Pfizer.
Yeah, the RNA.
They're probably already working on it.
I'm sure.
Yeah, they're like, all right, we got to do something about this lithium dust. It's Real America Podcast was talking about it, and it's going to go viral. Let's go ahead and start working on. Let's work on some manufactured robotic lungs that can resist the lithium dust. How about that? And coal dust. It doesn't matter. Except we don't need coal dust.
We're not allowed to have coal anymore. Just saying.
Shit, I thought that was me for half a second.
Spam call.
Should have answered that,
shit.
Randy.
Let me call him back.
Yeah, call them back. See what they answer. That'd be hilarious. Hopefully they answer.
Let's see. Hang on.
You on speaker? Heating and cooling and plumbing service.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah, it was a spam call, but it wasn't like a robocall.
Right.
I like the robocalls because I go hello, and then takes them 10 minutes to say hello back.
Hello. It's like, oh my God, here we go. Yeah, what do you want? We're calling to tell you that your Social Security number has been suspended at this time. It's like, really? I didn't know that could be suspended.
you have to pay $350 to get your money unlocked from your bank account. Sorry. Send it to this account.
Yeah. Taiwan warns of China's military sudden entry close to the island. It's just on and on. It's like China propaganda. It's on and on and on and on. That's what's all been going on this week. It's insane.
I know it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's one thing after another about China. Nothing about Russia or anything anymore.
They're trying to turn China into the next Soviet Union or something.
I'm telling you right now, if we do some kind of false flag bullshit to where we draw China into fucking some kind of fucked up conflict, we're gonna lose. And we're gonna lose hard. They have a billion people. 1 billion.
But they got one
in the army.
They got one leader too.
Yeah.
They don't have people who think freely like we do.
Yeah, I know that. That's what's worse. Is he's just going to be like, you're going over there, suicide fucking planning them. And that's what you're doing. And they're going to be like, yeah, that's right, for country. Yo, fucking kamikazes coming in. If they said, Randy, Sean, you're going to run this mission, you're not coming back, you're going to drive your plane right into the fucking place where Jinping's supposed to be. We're going to be like, fuck if we are. We have missiles and shit for that, man. I'm not fucking driving no plane into nothing, you fucking weird fuck.
I don't know.
Would you do it?
Here, no. But here's my thinking. I've been thinking about this a little bit, and this is dangerous. But
here we go.
Here's
danger zone.
There could be some stuff that we don't know. I mean,
no, there's all kinds of stuff we don't know.
Okay. So what I'm saying is maybe they already know, maybe they've already figured what would happen if they do this stuff. If the United States propaganda machine, which is mainstream media mostly,
right,
and the government, if they come out and then make, for some reason, China that really hasn't done anything yet terrible to us, the bad guy, maybe they've already figured out the outcome of it.
Maybe.
So there could be, like I said, I mean,
How much money do we owe China?
The government could actually be behind the freaking UFO sightings. We don't know if they've got.
The government could be behind all.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, the world government, the new world order. I wonder when that's ever going to come out to play.
The play.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When are they going to finally announce it? Like, yeah, we're
World
real?
Economic Forum.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. Get Klaus Schwab up there with his Darth Vader suit on.
Yeah, trying to do the Johnny Carson mind choke. I don't know.
Anyway, I don't know. I don't know. There's probably smarter people on this than me. That's for sure. I'm just hearing this stuff, and I'm like, okay, like the reason what changed or what made me think of this, that maybe there's smarter people that know, what we got and what we could handle or whatever involved, was this one guy that I heard, and he was always against the military industrial complex, right?
Now he's dead.
For years. No, he's not dead.
Oh, thank God.
But he came out and said, well, the military industrial complex is bad. And I will say it's bad, is what he says. But he goes, at least it's our military industrial complex. And if we didn't have that, would some other country have that? And then, you know what I mean? Right. So it kind of changed my thinking a little bit, because I get what he was saying, although I think it's all bad. And maybe they're playing some kind of, what do you call it, 4D chess or something like that. I have no idea.
I don't.
What's going to be next after China? What is left?
Nowhere.
I mean, if we have some kind of Cold War with China, and we quit getting stuff from them. I don't think
it'd be a Cold War. I think it would just be fucking awful. Like, we might not be dropping nukes or battling, on each other's land.
No, we would lose a lot.
Economically, we would be fucked in the United States. Fucked bad. Like, no coming back from it.
I know, but my point is, what is next after that? What if, say, in the next 30, 40 years or something like that, we have like some kind of Cold War with China where they never go into Taiwan because us saying they're the bad guy the whole time, like they did with the Soviet Union.
Right.
And somehow or another, we get the upper hand somehow or another. I don't know how that's going to play out.
Right. China boosts military spending by billions of dollars as U.S. warns of potential Taiwan invasion. Oh.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They keep pushing.
Why is the U.S. always warning?
They keep pushing. That's what I'm saying. Okay, it goes back to where they gotta scare the American people. The U.S. government has to scare American people, so they have to follow the line, and they can't think freely.
Right. I mean,
I could be totally wrong about all this stuff too.
Well, here's my thing, which
thing.
probably isn't true. Okay, but this is like something that maybe potentially happened. Conspiracy theory. Yeah, we'll just call it conspiracy theory. Fuck it. But the whole COVID movement thing, right? What can we get these people to do with all this propaganda about, this is going to kill you if you get it. This is going to kill you. You can't go to work. You can't fucking leave your house. You got to wear these masks. N95s only. Well, now a bandana will work. Oh, Walmart's fine to go to, and Home Depot and Lowe's and all these big places. No. COVID can't even enter those places. They're banned. COVID's banned from entering those places. I'm not a COVID denier, right? But I think it was made out to be way worse than it actually was, on purpose.
For sure, we've talked about this already. And so yeah, the next stage would be the COVID or the
Black Plague is coming back.
No. The next play is going to be climate change.
I don't know if enough people are on board with climate change.
I'm pretty sure most.
civilian wise and politically, because there's a lot of political figures too.
No,
that are
I'm
out
not.
there,
I'm
like-
not. I'm not saying United States.
Right.
I don't think the government can get enough people on board with the climate change narrative. I mean, I'm talking about like extreme measures. Whenever we're sending hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine,
Yeah.
and then there's
And
still
selling oil to China.
yes, and there's still people that are homeless. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's way better uses of that money that we could have done. I mean, even if you would have put that all in climate stuff, I mean, that would probably be better than sending it to Ukraine.
Well, yeah,
I
to
would
fight
say.
to help kill people. I mean, if you want to boil it down to
Yeah,
the
that's what it
nitty gritty,
is.
I mean, we're sending
To kill Ukrainians, to be honest with you,
Yeah,
or
kill-
and Russians, but
right, yeah. So we're sending money for people to get killed. The end.
yeah, and then they won't even.
And then
Yeah,
they want to
I
be like,
mean-
"Oh, Russia's on the retreat." That's all the U.S. news says too. Russia's running out of
Oh, no.
ammo.
I heard.
It's like, are you kidding me? Russia makes all the ammo for everyone.
I heard the Ukrainians are running out of ammo. Also, I think the EU just
Well, that's because we're running out because we can't get any more from Russia.
It could be. That could be. I don't know about that, but yeah. I mean, it's all just a bunch of mix of crap, I think. And anyway, if you live in rural America, I think maybe just don't worry about this stuff.
Yeah, if you live in rural America, you know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, just
If you work a regular job, you're out there working a regular job with regular other people, then you know what's going on too. None of the shit that the mainstream media says.
yeah,
is
quit watching
true
that.
at
That's
all.
for sure. Quit watching that stuff.
You know, just
I,
like
I
when
watch
the-
it every once in a while.
Right.
I turned on NBC Nightly News the other day, and I actually said, "Let's see what kind of propaganda we can get tonight."
Right, yeah. So here's my thing. So I work in which I've already said, I work in a very diverse place. There's black people, there's Hispanic people, there are Asian people, there are white people, there are, Indian people, there's fucking people from Pakistan, there's fucking, you know what I mean? Everybody works there. Like there's every group you can think of is there. People from Africa, like I'm not all the black people are from here. There's black people from Africa. There's black people from Haiti. A bunch of Haitians work there too. I work real close with a guy named Miguel, he's a U.S. citizen and was born here, but he's also like his family's from Mexico though, right?
Okay.
So I'm talking to him or whatever, and I'm trying to get like some Spanish tips from him or whatever, just like words I don't know. I can't ever remember them, so it doesn't matter. But one of the things that happened was another guy came up to the desk, right? Did you hear that pop?
Yeah, I did.
That was weird. Anyway,
weird.
so this other guy walks up to the desk. Miguel's looking at his phone. He goes like this. He says something. The guy that walked up says something. He goes, like it startled him, right?
Oh yeah.
And I go, Jesus Christ, man, don't startle him like that. He thought it was immigration. So he starts laughing hysterically. Miguel does. I start laughing. Everybody's laughing hysterical. But then if you turn on the news, it's like racial tensions.
Yeah.
Racial tensions. These people, racial tensions. It's like you have no idea about normal fucking people. You know who have racial tensions? Celebrities, for whatever fucking reason. That's the only ones.
Or white people.
Yeah.
A lot of times it's mostly white people pushing the racial stuff.
Yeah, and white moms.
Now
White
I won't say
suburban
I
moms.
won't say
Piece of shit.
I won't say that. Yeah, there's definitely some, bad things that's happened to, the minorities and everything like that, and a lot of them are, kind of mad at the system or whatever, but they don't normally. If you actually, talk to them, or not necessarily talk to them, just are involved. What's my word I'm looking at? If you interact with them, most of the time that stuff doesn't come up.
Yeah.
Especially in rural America.
Never.
I would say hardly ever. I mean, it probably does maybe in schools or something like that, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. So there was a rumor going around about me at work, right?
Oh, yeah?
That I was a white supremacist, which is hilarious because I said, hey.
That's funny.
You know what's funny is my
you're bald
podcast.
head.
Yeah, I said, my podcast partner said the same thing. You kind of look like a white supremacist. And what's funny is so my boss, my direct boss, who I answer to, is a black guy, right? And I was like, do you think a fucking white supremacist will work for a black guy and have a black guy telling him what to do and what not to do? No.
So he actually asked you about it?
No.
Oh.
This guy thought I was, right? So a couple people asked me, like, hey, do you lean like kind of white supremacist? And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? And they're like, oh, well, so-and-so said, he thinks you're a white supremacist. And I was like, no. So I went and talked to him. And he's like, well, you got your head shaved, you got all these tattoos, like, a couple of them are American flags. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? If you have an American flag, then you're automatically a white supremacist? And he's like, no, but I don't know. That's just what the vibe I kind of got from just looking at you. And I was like, see, this is what people get for like looking at somebody and being like, whatever.
That's funny.
Judged on your looks.
I've never been accused of that. That's hilarious.
Get some tattoos and shave your head, Randy. You'll be right in there with me.
You know what? I work with a guy that shaves his head. Oh, two of them, actually. And I don't think anybody's ever accused them of being white supremacists.
That's probably my tattoos.
Well, this one guy's got.
Well, this is rural America.
Tattoos also.
I don't work in rural America.
Okay.
Yeah,
true.
these are city people. Yeah. It's like, no. I'm me.
It's hilarious.
Yeah, it was hilarious. I just thought, what the fuck? Are you kidding me? I converse.
Because I always say that just for a joke because you got your head shaved.
Right, and I converse with the Mexican guy at work, the fucking black people at work, the Asian people. Like, I talk to everybody. So you wouldn't think I'd come. You wouldn't think that. None of them think that, by the way. It's just this one guy, who's a white guy, which is weird.
Of course.
So I thought it was funny.
That is funny.
Yeah.
I should have leaned into it.
But he was like, yeah, you got the podcast, And I was like, have you ever listened to the podcast? And he's like, no. And I'm like, yeah, well, it's not about white supremacy. So it's actually the opposite. It's about everybody just coming together and realizing, we should all stick together. The government and the media is full of shit.
Exactly.
Yeah. Don't believe the media. Don't believe the fucking government. Believe the person you see and you talk to every day.
Right.
Yeah. That's where you should be judged on your personal character.
It's a good good bit of advice there.
Yeah. Now, it'd be totally different if I would have got hired on there and they'd been like, do you have any stipulations? I'm like, that's right. One, I'm not working for black people or any other race or women. Period.
I know, and we joke about this stuff.
Right. And
here and there.
Yeah. And they would have been like, well, then you can't work here. And I'd been like, discrimination.
The thing of it is, like, we joke about that kind of stuff. Hopefully people get the jokes because we're just joking.
Yeah. Well, the ones who don't get the jokes, obviously, are turning us off.
Probably.
Or they're recording it, being like, hey, these guys are hurting my feelings.
Speaking of that.
Is there any way we could sue them? And it's just like, yeah, they don't have anything. Fuck.
Could I ask you a technical question?
Oh, God. He's going to ask me a technical question. And I hope I have the answer.
I had heard this the other day, and I don't know because you pretty much run all the tech stuff here. So
Well, I try. I fail sometimes.
that's true. So anyway, I heard this that you can actually look up like when people shut you off on your podcast, and then you can actually go back and hear what you said like right before that, and then like edit that out or stuff. Stuff
Oh,
like
really?
that. I don't know if that's possible.
I don't know either. I've never heard of
You're
that.
not that technical.
No, fuck no. I barely get this stuff to work every
Yeah.
week. But anyway, okay, let's change the subject. You ready?
All right.
I got a couple more things I got to get to before we end the show. Anyway, here we go. United Airlines passenger allegedly tries to stab a flight attendant, opened emergency door. Uh-oh.
Wow.
A United Airlines passenger was arrested after he allegedly tried to open a plane emergency exit door and then allegedly tried to stab a flight attendant, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Massachusetts. So, just saying. Don't do that.
Was that United States news that you got that from?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so the incident took place last Sunday on a flight from Los Angeles to Boston. Francisco Torres, 33, allegedly tried to stab a flight attendant in the neck with a broken metal spoon. Now, when the fuck did this guy get a metal spoon? And two, how did he get through security with a metal spoon?
Maybe you got it from the food tray that was coming.
Nope, they're plastic.
I don't know. I haven't flown in.
Yeah, they're
since I was a
plastic.
kid.
There's plastic utensils. Like, you're not getting any metal onto a plane. Like, it's not going to happen.
Maybe
so I don't understand how he got it on
Did he put
there.
it in his shoe soles?
Maybe he shoved it in his asshole.
It could have been.
Did you shove it in your rear sole? Your prison pocket? Yeah, so obviously that dude's going to be going to prison forever, which I don't blame him, for sticking him in prison. Why the fuck would you try to do that? One, if you open up the emergency door on a plane, everybody that's like not strapped in is going to get sucked out.
I don't know if that's true or not.
I bet it's pretty But the cabin's going to lose pressure.
Well, that's for sure.
And then you can't breathe.
Depends on how high they were. But anyway.
Randy wants to get all technical. All right, bye. No, I'm just kidding. All right. Are you ready for this bullshit story?
What do you got?
This is the last story I have today.
All right, I got one more. But
okay, we can go for yours right after this because I don't think we'll stay on this one too long at all. Okay, sorry, I had to rewind the tape. A giant flying insect found on Walmart building turns out to be from the Jurassic era. Are you fucking serious?
Uh-oh. They've already done it then.
Yeah, let me show you.
Mammoth's coming.
The people that are watching this can see what was found. It looks like a giant dragonfly to me.
That's what it looks like.
But it's said that this is a Jurassic era insect. Really?
What about alligators? Aren't they from the Jurassic area or era?
Well, supposedly, and then supposedly sharks are older than dinosaurs, right? So, I mean, I don't know. This shit just pisses me off. Like, oh yeah, all of a sudden in a Walmart, they found a Jurassic era fucking insect. Really? Like, where's this thing been? This thing's huge. Obviously, it's a big fucking bug.
Where was it?
At a Walmart.
Where?
It doesn't say.
Oh. Have you ever been in northern Indiana? I've talked about it on here before. I went up there one time, and the freaking, I don't know what kind of flies they are, but they're huge. And they come out, and then they crawl up and get into crevices everywhere. They'll even shut air compressors down, like for your air conditioning.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, because when we went up there, we were like, gosh, what's the deal with all the bugs? Because we went to like a state park.
Locusts.
It wasn't locusts. Actually, I asked the guy, I said, what's the deal with all these bugs? And he was like laughing at me because you're not from around here, are you? Because they come out of the lake every year.
I'd been like, well, what the hell's in the lake? Is it this Jurassic fly?
Well, I didn't know that back then. It's been a while.
Could be the Jurassic fly. I just find it weird that all these things are like, I want to believe this, but at the same time, I think it's like more gaslighting to try to get your mind off
that's another
other shit, because it's like,
another distraction.
An insect found from the Jurassic area. Well, then what the fuck's it doing here? Because nothing from that era is still like around. Plants, nothing. But this one insect that just got found now versus all the millions of years that it didn't get found. Liars. Anyway, moving on.
I can't speak on that.
All right, Randy, go ahead with your story.
Oh, one more thing I was going to talk about was Gavin Newsom, of course.
Our favorite governor.
Favorite governor. California's been having a, blizzard and now a lot of rain, I guess.
Global warming, man.
I know. Well, evidently, he went on vacation to Mexico during the blizzard. This is something I heard.
They always do this. They always escape the shit weather.
Well, here's the funny thing. We don't hear anything about that. But whenever Ted Cruz went to Mexico during the freeze in Texas.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
It was a huge story.
Abandoned Texas. Yeah.
And he wasn't even the governor. He was the senator.
Yeah.
Didn't have anything to do with the state.
No.
Really?
I mean, he's there representing the state when he's in Congress.
Right.
But other than that, no.
Yeah. Gavin Newsom's supposed to be running the state.
Yeah.
During a blizzard and leaves and goes on vacation to Mexico.
Guys, I guess you just have to figure it out. We have snow piles? No? Huh. Yeah, we better look into getting some snow piles. Yeah.
I don't know.
It's a crock of shit. I seen a meme about that earlier, but I didn't understand the reference until like you just told me. Like you just mentioned your story. But it was it was Al Gore, right? Mm-hmm. And it's like Al Gore's picture and then his quote, which he did say, all the ice caps will be melted by 2013. That was his caption. Okay. Back in the day, right?
Right.
Early 2000s, that's what he said. And then there's below that, there's a dude in California, he's like, welcome to San Andreas. Yeah. It's like all snow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, California's having a blizzard. Doesn't seem like it's warming up anywhere to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I might steer more towards the theory of in the 70s, where it might be a global cooling cycle instead of warming.
Yeah, well, I don't doubt that either.
I mean, who knows? The Earth's going to do what's going to do.
That, and people just need to fucking start, I've always been an advocate for truth telling, right? Even though if you're going to scare somebody or you come off as an asshole or, whatever. I think that people deserve to know things.
Okay.
Don't make up shit.
Right.
Don't try to scare people for no reason and then be like, yeah, well. Anyway, that's gone. It's like, what? Where'd COVID go? It died with the Ukraine war.
Pretty much, yeah. That's what happened. Actually,
where'd the Ukraine war go? It died for the China Cold War.
One guy asked the other guy, because, so I was listening to this about the blizzard in California, and one guy actually lives in California. And so the other guy lives in Texas, and anyway, he said to the guy that lives in California, he goes, so please tell me they're trying to pin this on global warming, and he goes, well, I got a clip. And he goes, the funny thing is, he goes, not much around here, because they're trying to, like, the local news is just trying to report, the outages and the,
right,
bad weather and all that. And he said, I haven't found anything on United States news, but I did find this one on, I think he said it was Al Jazeera, and they actually mentioned that it had to do with global warming.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Which I've already said 100 times on the show. I'm not a climate denier. I just think it's something that's happening naturally. I don't think we're doing anything to cause this catastrophic thing or
that's
whatever.
our theme. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just
I mean,
we've already been hundreds of degrees hotter back in the day. We went through a whole ice age where the average temperature was like fucking 30 fucking degrees, you know what I mean? And now we've went through, and now
we've had it good for a while.
Yeah, and we're warming back up, and then we're gonna cool back off, and then we're gonna warm back up. It's just gonna be a never-ending cycle.
Yeah,
people just don't want to hear about it because you don't actually get to see it with your own eyes.
I think a lot of it also has to do with how far away the Earth is from the sun, because that varies sometimes, and also other planets.
Imagine the humans that were around when the Ice Age was here. You know what I mean? And then you bring them to now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you were able to find somebody frozen in ice from the Ice Age. You were able to unthaw them, bring them back to life somehow with science. And then you're like, here we are. They're probably going to die because it's so fucking hot.
They're going to be like, this is great.
Yeah. Just like
I don't even have to wear a jacket.
Even though I'm actually naturally covered in one. Let me shave all this jacket off here. That'd be like taking us and throwing us back to the Ice Age. We wouldn't know what to fucking do. No. We would just die.
Right. Well, I've mentioned on here before also, global cooling is a lot worse than global warming.
Fuck yeah.
Just to let everybody know.
And if you want to know about global warming, okay, and the oceans rising, there's actually a stone called the Plymouth Rock, okay? It's encased in a cage because it's a historical marker. Still lays where it's always laid, right on a beach. Guess what? It's not covered up by water. Isn't that weird? Number 2, Google image, Statue of Liberty, okay? I've already said this too. Yeah, you can see that as well. The water level is still the same, so get out of here. One, I don't think people actually know this. So some people do. I'm not saying not everybody, but 90% of our oxygen comes from the oceans. Did you know that?
I know a lot of it does. I didn't.
Right. So it's because, like, you know, the ocean heats up, it evaporates. You know.
Right. Also the algae and all that.
Right. So that's how that works. And I'm not even a scientist. Weird.
Misinformation.
No, it's not. Yeah. We get it from all the trees, and the trees are being cut down. Yeah, that was a lie. If you go back in time, the actual rainforest is a lie.
Yeah.
Technically, it's all man-made. Not man-made.
It was from
man desertion, basically.
It was from, actually, it was from, you talking about the South American rainforest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be populated.
That was from, yeah. What started that was they planted plants in, like orchards, and they were like trees.
Yeah.
And then they just took over.
Right. It wasn't a Mother Earth natural thing that happened. There used to be lots of people that lived in the Amazon.
Right. I will say the Amazon is great, though, for getting medicine from. But, yeah, I don't know if we want to get rid of it, but.
You know what's crazy as well is there's pyramids, right? In almost every continent.
Yep.
Except for here. Is that weird? Every known
because half the country
civilization.
Because half the country here was
either that or we just
taken over by a glacier that was like miles tall.
Yeah, 1 mile tall.
Yeah.
A mile tall ice wall. Could you imagine seeing that with your own eyes?
That's might be the reason why.
Well, that could be a reason why, or it could be because we came over here and then the government blew up all the land and decided to hide it all. You know, like they tried to do, like, you know, when you were in school and they were like, oh yeah, we came over here, pilgrims.
Oh, you mean
had a nice dinner with the natives, and everybody was just so excited. and loved each other. And then those savages started scalping people. And it's like, yeah, that didn't really happen. We killed them all off with disease, mostly, and then the rest of them, we just took their land away.
Killed their food source.
Yeah.
Also, yeah, I mean, I can see your point there. I don't know. Never thought of it that way. But, like, exactly what the Taliban's doing in Afghanistan, they tear down all the old ruins of the whatever, what was it? Their religious figures. Or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I mean. Like it
would be like tearing down the pyramid because it's a religious figure,
right?
Or the
so
Sphinx.
If a company went in and blew the fuck up out of the pyramids in Egypt, right?
Mm-hmm.
And 1,000 years from now, nobody's gonna know those were existed.
Yep.
If you erase them from history.
Right.
That's what made me so mad about the whole racial thing that was going on for a while, and they were tearing down all the statues in the southern states or whatever. I mean, I understand why some people don't like them. I get that, but at the same time, they're markers to remind you of history.
I get your point. I get your
to
point.
get back
I
to
get your
that
point.
situation.
Yeah, but we talked about that before. Like a lot of those were cheaply made anyway. They probably wouldn't last long anyway.
Well, yeah, that's true. But anyway, that's all I have for this show, Randy.
Me too. I'm done.
Oh my God, we're done. Every week we come in, we conquer. You guys listen, we appreciate that. Hope your ear holes are all nice and moist from our talking with our lovely radio voices. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mine especially. Sorry, people.
Oh baby. Yeah, Randy hates his voice.
I do.
Which is weird because I like Randy's voice, but it's to each his own. Like, I don't care about my voice either, but I sound different to me. You can't hear your own voice. That's the problem. Which I think is very odd that you can't actually hear what you sound like. But, hey, I'm not a scientist, so. They also say we see everything in upside down.
You keep trying
right?
to be a scientist.
Well, I try, but I haven't succeeded yet. I know what I'm missing, the fucking white coat. I might have to buy me one off eBay. Then I will be a scientist.
There you go.
There we go. Oh, and a doctor. Ooh, Dr. Sean of Love.
Oh, speaking of that.
Oh, he's in love.
No, Dr. of Love. I was thinking Kiss is going to have their farewell tour.
Another one?
Yeah.
Have they had like 5?
I don't know if Kiss has or not.
I thought they had one at least.
Well, this one's supposed to be the end of
well, it's probably going to be
They're
awful.
coming to Indianapolis.
I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to watch them. I'd rather listen to their record from back when they were awesome.
Right. I agree.
I don't want to go and then have it
be
ruined.
disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, when Gene Simmons is up there trying to sing, like, yeah. Rock and roll all night. Party every day. You know what I mean? Like, fuck, Gene, get your shit together. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the show this week. I know we're a bunch of idiots on here. And, hey,
definitely.
We just try to give you news and make you laugh, which I think we usually accomplish.
We don't really try to give you news. We're just trying to
talk shit
make
about
fun
it.
of the news.
Yeah, we do that a lot. Anyway, next week, quick announcement. Next week we might have a guest on. I don't want to say for sure because he hasn't confirmed, but he's a prepper. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but it's somebody who they used to have a show called Doomsday Prepper or whatever on TV. People who basically get prepared for the worst case scenario of weather, a war, virus, several different factors can factor in to be a prepper. But anyway, hopefully we'll have him on next week, and then if we do, check it out. Or you can check him out earlier if you want to. You can go to www.prepperbroadcasting.com and get some prepper information, I guess. So I've checked it out. I mean, you guys can check it out if you want. And then hopefully he'll come on and we'll have a good show next week. We'll see.
Yeah, hopefully he's cool.
Things happen in rural America. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we don't. You know how it is. Anyway, we got to go. Jesus. I'm sitting here talking forever. My throat hurts now.
That's not why.
Oh, no, it's probably from that big old long chocolate I tried to swallow. Just kidding. Anyway, hope you guys have a good week. Stay safe. Have fun. I'm Sean.
And I'm Randy.
And this is Rule America.